Hello everyone, welcome back to another custom diecast review. Today we have Justin Haley's number 11 Leaf Filter diecast from Talladega. Now he won this in 2020. Now this is not a 2020 paint scheme. So the reason I'm saying that is because the front end is going to be incorrect technically. Well, not technically, it is going to be incorrect. Because this body, this paint scheme, is from 2017. This is Blake Koch. This was the standard scheme for Blake Koch. They released it, and they had it on their actual website, so they didn't get a 2020. They only got the 2017. So I'm like, still, I want to make the race version from, Talladega for Justin Haley. So I'm just going to have to deal with the front end being incorrect. Other than that, minus a few contingencies, this is, the same paint scheme virtually, unless you want to really get deep into it and, talk about the contingencies in the front end. But other than the front end, again, the contingencies, this is the same scheme from Talladega that Justin Haley ran. And we're actually going to do a side-by-side comparison of both diecasts, because if you did not see my diecast haul where I unboxed both of these diecasts, that didn't come in a box or anything. It was just, a plain diecast. There was no little Blake Koch box or anything like that. It was just the actual diecast itself. So I only did one of these so far, but I have the other one right here beside me, so I'm going to do a diecast side-by-side comparison to see, or to show you what I changed about the diecast and what I kept the same. The 124 was released, but it is not on Plan B Sales, it's not on K-State, it's not on Lionel, it's on the actual website. So the only way you can get the 124 is through their actual website. I will link that in the description below if you want to go check that out. There was only, I think, 500 made. I think, maybe, from Kaulig Racing. So, on the Kaulig Racing website, there's, again, only 500 made. So, in the 124 scale, of course. So, if you want to go get one of those while you can, I would recommend it, because this diecast is probably going to try up very, very soon. Because, you know how people are with diecast. Kaulig Racing, it's a win. It's a lower team. They haven't made this scheme in like 3 or 4 years. Well, 3 technically, if you count it as 2020. But, yeah, it dries up very, very fast. I myself am not going to pick up the 124, but however, I do still recommend it. So, if you get the chance, I would pick it up. But again, I'm not going to pick it up because I'm not really a Justin Haley fan. I'm not a Kaulig fan. I don't really care. But at the same time, that could be a pretty rare diecast later on in the future. But anyway, let's take a look at the hood right here. Moving on to the diecast. If you got leaf filter right there, gutter protection, and you got all kinds of rubber buildup. I did a little heavy. I'm not going to lie. I went a little heavy, not meaning to, but I did go a little heavy on the hood right there. I did not mean for that to happen. But I mean, hey, it's a custom. It's not going to be perfect. We got speaking of not perfect, we got the Xfinity banner right there. It's not great at all, but it is what it is. Got some detail in there on the dashboard. I got the blue and red little boxes there. Got the 11 right here on the roof with some dirt and grime right there on the top as well. Then we got leaf filter 3 times right there behind that. Got Haley right there on the banner. Leaf filter, gutter protection right there on the deck lid. Moving on to the back, we have leaffilter.com, and we got the old taillights with the Camaro and the Chevy bow tie and the spoiler back here. Well, of course, you got these fake exhaust pipes, which I hate those, I really do. Got leaf filter right there. Got our protection, got a little bit of, I guess that's water, and you got some green, and all kinds of mixture right here. Got that white and waterish type design right there. Looks like you got Celsius right there on the bottom. Now, with Justin Haley's diecast, it is actually incorrect. It's supposed to be FOE. I think it was FOE right there at the bottom. So that right there is technically incorrect, but I mean, I didn't fix it. I didn't really care to fix it. But got some worn out wheels here as well. And also, might I mention, with this being a custom diecast review, we're going to view both sides of the diecast, just get the whole 360. Right here on the B post, we got Kaulig Racing, Chevrolet, I don't know what that one is, K&N, and I can't tell that one. But here's another thing. Look, there is no name on the name banner, and that's because, again, I don't want it to say Blake Koch on the side and it be a Justin Haley diecast, I don't want that to happen, so I just simply marked it out. Oh, looks like we got a paint chip right there. I guess I'm going to have to fix that. I somehow did not see that when I was making the custom, but don't worry. We will get that fixed up before we put it on eBay. But you got the number 11 right there, and then you got the Xfinity Series. Wow, that's a very outdated Xfinity Series logo. Yikes, that's a little tough, but it is what it is. It's fine, right? Not a big deal. I could replace that if I wanted to, but realistically, I'm not going to. I'm not going to waste a decal sheet on just a tiny little Xfinity logo. So yeah, I'm not going to fix that. Anyway, you got Mobil 1, Mechanics Wear, Duralast, Braked, or braked. Yeah, no, brakes. Okay, there's a little scuff mark right there, like right through the center of the S. You can barely see it, but it's got a little like a slash right through the S, and it looks like a B and not an S. I'm like, Duralast brake? That doesn't make any sense. So yeah, Duralast brakes. I knew that was what that was, but it looked odd for a second. K&N, Simpson right there. Of course, you got that pattern right there once again. Got the Goodyear right there. Moving on to the front end, we got Moog, Mel, Comp, Edelbrock, and Sunoco. Moving on to the front end, which again is technically incorrect. Well, not technically, it is incorrect. But other than that, everything else should be fine, of course, other than the Xfinity Series logo and the name. Got Camaro right there. I do like these new, or these older Camaros better. I don't really like the new ones. Just, it looks so funky to me. It really, really does. And speaking of funky, is it just me? Or does that does the headlights look like actually decaled? Like, not professionally. You see what I mean? It's like, it almost looks customized. You see what I'm saying? It looks a little weird. I don't know, could be just me. We got the 11 right there on the other side, Camaro right there in the middle, got the grill intake and a green splitter there. Of course, you got Colleague Racing right there on the side with some more rubber buildup. Moving on to the other side, we got some more rubber buildup. You know, again, it's Talladega. Got a little bit of rubber wear or worn out tires right there. Got the window net down, of course. And if you take a look on the interior, you can see that detail right there on the dashboard. And then on the side right there, you can kind of see a little bit of the roll cage, which is painted silver. The gear shifter down there is painted silver as well, and so is the shaft of the steering wheel, also painted silver. And then there is a little bit, okay, so you can't really see it, but the center of the steering wheel, that little like circle, that is also painted silver as well. Window net there, once again, a little more race wear, and of course you got the fuel dripping out of the fuel tank. But that is the detail for this diecast on the outside, at least. But if we flip it over, you will see that there is a little bit more underneath as well. And you guys know this is how I do my diecast. I do a red fuel cell, black exhaust, stuff like that. That is the default detailing, almost said interior, but the default details for my custom diecast, the race versions at least. So you get some black, silver, and red. Not a lot, but you know, it's just your basic stuff. It's not meant to be amazing, but it is meant to have a little more detail than normal. So with that being said, that is it for this diecast. Let's take a look at the other one that we got, it was like a base, basically. So this is the original one right here. You can see it has Xfinity on the windshield, Cook on the back. It's got the Blake Cook name right there. And yeah, no window net or anything, no detail. So this tells you how much I done, right? So of course, you know, I did that underneath. I painted all that. You can see the silver on the inside here. That is not with this diecast here. I replaced the windshield banners and the name banner completely. I replaced the window net. I made that actual mesh and I folded that down, glued it to the side. I added all the dirt and debris. I even painted the axles black. You can see the little silver parts right there. You can see right here. Take a look at that. Right there, right in the center of the tire, there's a black spot, and on this one, it is silver. So, yeah, I did paint those as well. I put a lot of detail into these diecasts, that's for sure. Until you actually compare it side by side, I didn't realize how much detail I actually freaking put into these customs. But I kind of got on a custom spree last night, so I did 2 entire diecast that were, you know, completely customized. Not decaled, but they were completely customized, like details, you know, racewear, stuff like that. So the 2 I did was this Haley Talladega win, and then I did the Bristol Dirt win from Joey Logano. Fun fact, we are reviewing that later today, so stay tuned for that one. That one's going to be really awesome. And I do not know if you guys remember, but a long time ago, right, I was challenged by a fellow stop motion and, you know, diecast YouTuber. He's mainly stop motion, but he challenged me to make the, you know, he's a huge Kyle Busch fan, so he challenged me to make the 2018 Bristol Night race version from Kyle Busch. I don't know if you remember that race, but I remember he got like stuck on the apron and he spun out a few times, you know, stuff like that. I'll actually show you the diecast right now. So here's what I'm talking about. I'm going to scoot these out of the way a little bit. But yeah, I did this. This is the Bristol 2018 custom. This is a revamp, meaning that I did this diecast review a whole long time ago. There it is. A long time ago, right? And I made the custom of it. But it wasn't the best. This was a very early stage in my custom, you know, making career, I guess you could say. So I did a little bit of more detail. I actually put the window net down. I did the interior. You can see there's some detail there. I did more of the undercarriage. I used different glue this time instead of just super glue. So yeah, I did a whole lot more than I normally did before. So I kind of went back and revamped this diecast and made it a whole lot better than it was before. And not only that, I made a 2017 Homestead Raced win from the Xfinity Series from good old Mr. Cole Custer. Now, yeah, I did this a long time ago, and the reason I decided to redo this one, I got a little more detail right there on the interior, was because when I had this tactic, right? It was a old window net tactic, and it had like a lot of holes in it. So when I used the glue, it yellowed over time. So I'm like, ew, that looks terrible. So I replaced the window net, and now there is yellow underneath that, but it's covering it, so you can't really see it. So yeah, I made it look a whole lot better. I did some more detail. That's actually the old detail. I just kind of touched up on... No, I didn't touch up on this. I lied. This is the old detail. Look, that's how I used to make this. I went from that to this. Look at the difference. That to this. A huge change for sure. But yeah, I did a whole lot more like detail and interior, and I fixed the window net, and good stuff like that. So I completed 4 die casts. Two was full die cast, and then 2 was like a revamp. Of course, I just kind of edited them from way back when I did them years ago. So yeah, but that is the custom diecast review. That's going to be it. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all like this diecast. They will be on sale for Bottom Mag Diecast. I was trying to speak, I'm sorry. So, actually, here's the thing. I told you the Joey Logano is going to be, reviewed later on, right? That's also going to be sold. So will the Kyle Busch 2018 Bristol Race version. That will also be on Bottom Mag Diecast, link in the description if you want to go check out the page. And so will this, but there will only be one available as of right now. There will only be 2 of this diecast ever made. And that's going to be the one I have right here, and then the one I'm about to make later on down the road. Maybe like, I don't know, a week or so. So get it while it's hot. But again, that'll be all for this diecast review. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.